In our first story, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection will from today, October 31, begin processes to amend the Child Protection Law to ensure stronger protection for minors against sexual predators. The ministry will also, in conjunction with the Ministry of Justice, begin to amend legislation to make punishment for defilement stiffer to deter potential offenders. These are parts of measures announced by Gender Minister Otiko Afisa-Jaba as a response to the defilement of a 4-year-old girl at Asin at Dadientim in the Central Region a few weeks ago. JoyNews report of the incident sparked a public outcry, with immense pressure being mounted on government to take action against the suspected offender, who was initially declared innocent by the chiefs of his locality after apparently consulting the gods of the area. Otiko Afisa-Jaba outlines a myriad of measures being implemented by her outfits.
My ministry will, from the 31st of October 2017, embark on a review of child-related legislation to prevent juvenile offending and also strengthen formal and community justice systems and link them up to enhance access to justice and protection for children in conflict with the law. Members of the media, the ministry, as a matter of urgency, is working closely with members who are involved in this issue. And the public information campaign on the socioeconomic repercussions of defilement in this country will be addressed aggressively. This campaign will seek to raise awareness and to encourage the general public to report cases of defilement and rape immediately to the police. Indeed, it is not the purview of the Ministry of Gender for cases to be reported to us. We handle the psychological issues, the welfare, the policy, and what have you. It appears that Mother Ghana feels that because Otiko is Otiko, we must handle the work of the police. I would like to state it categorically that in the jurisdiction of governance, the police have their role. Under the Ministry of Interior, the Justice have their role, and then the media have their role, civil society has their role, and the Ministry of Gender also has our role. It doesn't mean that we are running away from our duties, but we live in a society where it is a collective responsibility, and the various procedural agencies must be also allowed to work on their schedules that have been assigned to them by the state. The repercussions on defilement and rape must be again reiterated. The law has told us that it is a crime. The punishment is for 1 year imprisonment or an amount of 500 Ghana. There is a school of thought that this is too small. And so with this issue coming up as a burning issue, during our review that I've mentioned, we will consider that with the Ministry of Justice about how we can make it the punishment severer, and that it should be a deterrent, that never again in this country should anybody defile or rape anybody.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Asin South, Reverend John Intim Fojo, says he will be holding town hall meetings in the area to educate the people against sexual violence.
As a commitment, I have requested the series of town hall meetings in collaboration with the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection and Ministry of Information, NCCE, and other relevant stakeholders in separate meetings with stakeholders in Asin South, the chiefs, the teachers, religious leaders, and then also separate meetings with youth groups to heighten education and to take very serious steps. Of course, we are going to do this with the Ghana Police Service, and to heighten the awareness. And I believe that on the heels of these unfortunate incidents, we would be able to make headway and heighten awareness for perpetrators to desist from such acts and to serve as strong deterrence also to them that may potentially fall in the temptation in the future.
Bantama houses spread across 10 electoral areas. Residents said they live in fear as robbery has become very rampant in the community. They want authorities to intervene.
So the higher passes say na hano untimi sole ahomachi nkodwom.
The robbers attack us on our way to the market. We live in fear. Most of the market women have stopped going to the market at dawn, so it is really affecting our business. Authorities must come to our aid.
When
you are going out, you even feel afraid to go out. It's because some of these young guys, they do hide in the bushes where there are no lights. Well, you hear that they just jump on you. They'll be asking of your phone, where is your phone? And if you are not able to provide phones and monies, come on, you'll find yourself in danger. They will beat you up. At times, they do even kill those guys around. So these are some of the problems we are facing at Bantama constituency, especially Oshim and that of Amanfrom.
Member of Parliament for Bantama, Daniel Ocham Abuaje, hints of community watch groups to augment police efforts at combating crime.
Mind you, Bantama is a big constituency that is blessed with culture center, which means people come around. We are blessed with Metromas. People come around. We are blessed with Kumasi Teaching Hospital. People come around. We are also blessed with Bantama High Street and Bantama Market. All these things, race course, all these things bring people around. Because of that, people who may not even be residents in Bantama, they follow these people who troop here for business and many other things and rob them. And this is not something we can contain. So it is a problem all over the place. What we have decided to do, as I told you earlier, is to begin to, okay, let's buy more lights and put it in the dark places, because some of these activities actually happen in the dark. So we are buying more street lights and making sure that our cities and our villages are bright. And then when we finish that, we are also planning to put together a team called volunteer group, watchdogs, so that they also, it's volunteer work, so that they can also patrol the community at night. But this we're going to do it legally, make sure that people are reported to the police, their fingerprints are taken, and they get some training, and maybe hook them up to association of volunteers for the country to make sure that these groups don't get commingled with people who are bad ones, so that together we'll raise some money, get a fair seed money for them to be able to do it, and later on find a way to try to sustain the program by levying something small with the help of maybe the assembly or something like that, to be able to put once a day there from every home every day or something like that. So it is a plan that we want to do with. Everybody's complaining about it, and we can't sit down waiting for the government for people to lose their lives first. No.
Nana Sensumensa reporting for Joy News.
Well, Kumasi Traders are pleading for more time to relocate following eviction order. The Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council issued a directive last week asking the traders at unauthorized sites to leave or face forceful eviction. The council has given up to Monday, November 6th to move from the streets. The traders, however, say they have received no official communication from city authorities to that effect. There's more in this report filed by Prince Apia.
Now here is the Komfonoche runabout. Behind me, a few meters away, is the Komfonoche Teaching Hospital. And over there is the Bantama Market. Now this is how close traders are to the runabout. The dangers it poses to the traders is enormous. And this is one of the major reasons why the city authorities have decided to evacuate all traders here and other runabouts, such as the Swami runabout, to protect them. Invasion of traders on Komfonoche Teaching Hospital and Swami runabout and other sites in Kumasi has become a matter of grave public concern. The unauthorized occupation is characterized by chaotic scenes and the risk of vehicles potentially running over pedestrians. The least talked about the sanitation implication, with huge volumes of refuse, the better. All attempts in the past to raid the places of traders had failed, with traders resisting holding city authorities to ransom amid political threats. The Regional Coordinating Council was left with no option but to step in to order traders off for safety reasons. As usual, the traders will not go without a fight.
Nobody has officially been here to ask us to leave this place. Next month is Christmas. The authorities should wait after Christmas because that is when we can make some better money. We shall move, but it is too sudden. In Kumasi, it is we the women who take care of the family with this petty trading. Our goods are perishable, and so putting them in the stores won't help us. That is why we sell out here. They should find us another place to go to before they ask us to leave. We know selling by the roadside is dangerous, but we can't afford the 600 and 800 million worth of stores they are asking us to rent. They should be patient with us.
The traders are being asked to relocate to the Dumenu, Abinchi and other satellite markets in the metropolis. The RCC wants the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly to enforce the directive and sanction anyone who flouts the directive. Prince Apia reporting.
The Ghana AIDS Commission says it is engaging traditional healers on claims by some to have a cure for HIV. The authorities are seeking to prevent what they say is needless deaths of infected persons who go off antiretrovirals for supposed herbal and spiritual healing. Prince Apia again filed the following report.
The meeting was meant to clarify what officials describe as misconception and claims on cure for HIV/AIDS. The AIDS Commission Social Accountability Monitoring Committee Advocacy is spearheading the discourse with herbalists and faith healers. Olivia Graham-Champong is technical coordinator for the commission.
This meeting was to bring together the Food and Drugs Authority, the Traditional Herbal Medicine Practice Council, and then herbalists, faith healers in the field, so that we come and then we talk about HIV issues, especially with regards to claims of cure. And then we also wanted the Food and Drugs Authority to tell us whether there are medications for HIV, specifically whether there are any medications for cure, be it herbal or orthodox medicine.
One of the participating herbal healers says collaboration between the AIDS Commission and traditional healers is critical to bringing relief to persons living with HIV.
In the end of it all, we are hoping that a time is coming, and it's come, when herbal and orthodox practice will merge together and will be acceptable by the ordinary Ghanaian as well as the regulatory bodies.
Stephen Osei Ejapon Nyedua is Ashanti Regional Director for Traditional Medicine Practice at the Health Ministry. He wants authorities to support members to research further into some of the herbs they claim can manage the disease.
Is that there's no mutual trust between the herbal medicine practitioners and the orthodox medicine. The orthodox medicine practitioners, like the doctors, I would say that because most of the herbal medicine practitioners are not well educated, so they look down upon them. We've been here. We want proper collaboration. Today, invent proper collaboration. We are going to meet with the AIDS regional rep, ensure that whatever our people are saying, the herbal practitioners are saying, they will take into consideration, invite some of them, if there's a need even to assist them Because the product it must be certified and examined. And some of them don't have the capacity in terms of money to do that. So if AIDS Commission, we don't normally receive a lot of donations outside, grants and everything, if they will support some of them. But not everybody should go and make sure that the person, if the person claims that he has AIDS, it has to be a drug.
Prince Apia reporting.
Well, away from Kumasi, we bring you a story you're perhaps not hoping to wake up to hear. She had gone to visit one of her sisters at Asin Chinso when one Ebenezer requested that she run an errand for him. In the process, she was dragged into a room and brutally raped. The assailant then tied a rope around her neck with the intention to kill her. Well, she did not die, but lived to tell her story. She shares more details with my colleague Maxwell Agbaba.
Let us call her Mabna, not her real name. I've met Mabna on her grandmother's farm as she carefully scrutinizes the cocoa pods on the farm. I stand in front of her as she narrates to me her ordeal 2 weeks ago. A good gesture to run an errand for a family friend has now become her source of what she describes as stigma. Mabna now walks around with an injury from the noose tightened around her neck 3 weeks ago. She has lost hope and she thinks her goals can no longer be achieved.
Friday was 2 weeks ago. I went to Asin Chinsu in the evening. I was at my sister's place where she sells eggs. Sir Ebenezer called me to buy something for him. Whilst collecting the money, he dragged me into the room, tore my dress, and had sex with me. I took my phone to call my mom to report what had happened. He took the phone and destroyed it. I told him to let me go home and report to my mother. He told me he will not allow me. He tied me with the rope and hanged me. He slapped me and I fell from the top. I hit my head on the ground and fell unconscious. I usually don't know what will happen next to me. I think he has ruined my life and I cannot realize my dreams.
Mother of the victim is alleged and family members of the accused are pleading for the matter to be settled at home, but she wants justice to be served.
The
family members of the man wanted us to settle the matter in the house, but my father feigned interest and told them that will happen when he sees the man who committed the act. His family members are saying they do not know his location. We beg for government intervention on what is happening in Asin. She usually complains of dizziness and is always distressed. I really want the police to arrest the perpetrator. If my child had died, I don't think we would have seen her body. I did not know he had that intention. He came here and told me he teaches in a private school nearby. And he even encouraged me to change schools for one of my daughters, so I did not know he could do that to her.
But the wheels of justice are grinding slowly as police in the central region are yet to arrest the suspect who is currently on the run.